Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Reports of sexual assaults on college campuses in the area are up, and safety is a growing concern for the thousands of college students in the Boston area. Today, a panel of experts is going to tackle this issue. Joining me now this morning are Middlesex County District Attorney Marian Ryan and Attorney Juna Perkins. Thank you both for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
So some of the information that we're going off of here is from the Boston Globe. They did a review. They took a lot of federal data into consideration, and what they found was that sex assaults in particular are up over the past 5 years. So the question is, are assaults actually up, or is it that people are reporting them more?
Typically, it's a combination of both. We've done a great deal of work across the country in encouraging people to understand what needs to be reported. And also, we know there are situations on campus that are occurring more frequently.
So in terms of the panel, at what point does it raise to the level of you decide to have a panel and talk about something like this? Obviously, it's a growing concern. Sexual assaults and all sorts of safety, always an alarming thing and something for cause to talk about. Why the panel now, and what exactly will the panel talk about?
One of the issues in Middlesex County is we have over 20 college campuses. So we have an enormous student population, a population that turns over 25% every year. And for about 3 or 4 years now, we've organized a panel of our college leaders to talk about different issues. And with the upcoming regulations that are going to go into effect on March the 7th, this was a good opportunity, and Juna and others will be joining us to talk about various aspects.
What are the regulations that are going to be implemented?
The Campus Save Act is part of the Violence Against Women Act, which has been going on for many years. And the Campus Save Act actually puts into law what the colleges have been doing in practice for the past couple of years, which means it sort of strengthens the requirements of reporting of assaults and other kinds of crimes by colleges to the public. It also makes training requirements for colleges and also sets standards for student discipline investigations.
So I wonder, and what is it that you both find here in terms of colleges and encouraging victims to report something like this? Because obviously the college wants to maintain its reputation, but they also want the students to be safe. Do you find that that's a tricky balance for them to come by?
Well, what we always encourage college campuses is to, first of all, to be thinking ahead about the problem. Obviously better to prevent a situation. So having plans in place, educating their students, their faculty, their staff about situations, and that when something happens, they've developed that collaboration and that partnership. So it makes it easier for everyone to address the issue that's come up, and also to deal with making that known, what they found and what they're doing about it.
So what comes from the panel today, and where do you go from here?
Well, I think that the main thing is that it's clear that the federal government takes these crimes very seriously and takes the safety of college students very seriously, and that's why they enacted this kind of law. Any student director will tell you, and any HR director will tell you of a company, that when you implement new policies like these and set good policies, you'll see a burst in reporting, an uptick in the level of reports. So actually, most people would tell you, most student conduct directors and professionals in the field would tell you that it's a good sign that there is greater reporting, because it means that things are working the way they should.
How do you make that connection, though, from having a panel, and you got the district attorney talking about this, to, that girl in her dorm room who's crying after something has allegedly happened? How do you sort of connect those things and encourage that victim to come forward and say something?
Well, one of the interesting pieces, and as the mother of a college freshman, a daughter who's a college freshman, I have a particular interest in this. And one new aspect we've brought to the panel today will be that there will be a student component. So students will actually be at the presentation today. They will be talking and asking questions at the end, taking that information back to their peers and their friends on campus.
And I just think that the more that it's talked about publicly and openly by college administration, by law enforcement, that trickles down to students as well, and it makes it much easier for victims to report.
Absolutely. Attorney Juna Perkins and Marian Ryan, District Attorney, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
us.
us.
We appreciate it.